Hey guys, Rusty over here. Now I want to show you 5 very easy gold making methods without ever stepping foot inside the auction house, because I hate the auction house, and so do you. This is raw gold. This is very easy to do. Now, before I get into these methods, I do want to say, while most of these do work well on a single character, the more alts you have, guys, the more gold you're going to make using these methods, -1. Now listen, Blizzard has given you a bonus to experience. Double XP, 100% increased experience on top of heirlooms, and for Battle for Azeroth, the XP potion, and also the XP buff that comes from the invasions. Guys, you could level a Death Knight up super friggin' quick. And if you don't have a Demon Hunter on the server yet, you can even level a Demon Hunter up even quicker, guys. Level your alts up, take advantage of the buff. The more alts you have, the more gold you're going to make. Now let's move on to the first farming method, and that's going to be your gold emissary quest. Now if you're not sure how this works, every time your emissaries pop up daily, that is a chance to either be gear, azurite, war resources, or what you want, 2,000 gold. You want to wait for the one that comes up with 2,000 gold, and once that does, you want to complete that quest on not only your main, but every single alt you have available. Now, for example, I have 7 horde alts that I'm running this on, so every time a 2,000 gold emissary pops up, I run it on all my alts. That's 2,000 gold each for 14,000 gold every single time an emissary pops up, and it takes maybe, on 7 alts, 30 minutes at the most, depending how spread out the world quests are. And guys, half of these guys are freshly capped and still in heirloom gear. You can complete these world quests very easily by yourselves. Again, guys, this is one of those methods where the more alts you have, the better it is. It does work okay on a decent character. I mean, 2,000 gold is still a lot, on a decent amount, I should say, on a single character. But guys, this is the best if you have many alts to do it on. Level those alts up. Now, let's move on to the second method, which is farming out Paragon boxes from the emissaries. Now, if you're not sure what a Paragon box is or how it works, after you get exalted for every reputation in BFA, every 10,000 reputation after that, you gain a Paragon box, which has a chance to give you some toys. I think, Shackled or whatever it was for the Alliance, gives you a mount, and also it gives you anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 gold at random. Now again, guys, this is still a decent amount of gold on your main character, and right now with the reputation buff, it is very easy gold to make, although that reputation buff will be going away soon. I believe it's May 18th. However, guys, if you have a lot of alts farming out emissaries every single day, you will get a lot of gold very quickly. The only downside to this is it does require a lot of setup, meaning you need to get all those alts to exalted with all the reputations. But again, guys, if you just do the emissary every single day on all your alts, you'll get exalted maybe on at least a decent amount of your reputations, like a month and a half to 2 months. And then after that, just keep farming out your emissaries, get those Paragon boxes, and again, it's anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 gold, I believe. If anyone has seen lower or higher, feel free to leave a comment down below, letting me know. Anyways, guys, farm out the Paragon boxes, and once again, this is a method that is much easier, or much better, the more alts you have. More alts, more gold. Farm the alts, or level the alts. Now, let's move on to the third farming method, which is going to be to complete every single world quest that awards gold on the map. Now, you're probably going to open your map, see some world quests that award 100 gold, maybe 150 gold, and think I'm a complete idiot. Well, you are correct. I am an idiot, just for different reasons. Now, if you complete every single world quest on the map that awards gold, you can make a decent chunk of change. Now, listen, guys, I've seen... first of all, I recommend downloading an add-on called World Quest List, which shows you every single world quest on the map that awards gold if you filter out all the rest and select gold, and it also shows you the total amount of gold on the map. Now, I've seen totals basically every single world quest for ranging from anywhere from 1,000 gold to even seeing somewhere around 3,500 gold. Now again, guys, this is still a decent amount of gold on a single character. However, like the other methods, the more alts you have, the more alts you do these world quests on, the more gold you're going to make. Now, the downside of this, obviously, this is going to take a while. You have to complete every single world quest and every single character you want to do this on, and that can take a while to do. However, if you do have the time to spare, this can make a decent amount of gold. And now, let's assume it's the worst case scenario. Every single day, it's only 1,000 gold on the map. Now, I'm running this on 7 characters. That's what? About 30,000, 31,000 gold a month per character. So if I'm running this on 7 alts, that's what? Too much math for me. It's a lot of gold. There you go. Again, guys, this does take a decent amount of time to do. However, these are all old world quests. They're very easy to do on your alts. Again, guys, I've been doing these on characters that are still in heirloom gear and freshly capped. But once again, the more alts you have, the more gold you're going to make using this method. Level your alts. Now let's move on to the fourth farming method, which is going to be to farm Warlords of Draenor raids, the old raids. And when I say farm these raids, I mean clear the raids, Highmaul, Blackrock Foundry, Hellfire Citadel, on looking for raid, normal, heroic, and mythic. Every single raid on every single difficulty for Warlords of Draenor. If you do this for a single character, I've made anywhere from 25,000 gold to 32,000 gold, which is the highest I've made. Basically, the amount of gold varies depending on your weapon drops that you get from the raids, as those vendor for the most amount of gold. Now, just like the other three methods, the more alts you have, the more gold you're going to make, guys. However, there is a downside to this in the fact that these do take a while to clear. I'm a demon hunter, just chilling out, just clearing the raids, watching some streams. I wonder who. You will probably clear the raid in about 2.5 hours, or at least that's what I did. If I really tried, I could probably get it to 2 hours, maybe slightly under 2 hours. I'm a demon hunter, but clear times are going to depend on your class. However, all classes should be able to do this as a freshly capped 120. Again, guys, I've cleared these raids in heirloom gear as on a 120. You'll be perfectly fine clearing them. It just might take a little bit longer. And again, do these on alts, guys. It will take a while, but even if you do only get 25,000 gold per character, 25,000 times 7, I got this math. 175,000 gold. Again, that's only like 25,000 gold. If I got the max amount, it would be much, much more. Again, this is decent amount of gold on a single character just for farming very easy content, but the more alts you do it on, the more gold you're going to make. Level your alts. You have an XP buff, double XP, just level them. Now let's move on to the fifth and final farming method for raw easy gold without using the auction house, and that's going to be the farm heroic dungeons when the call to arms is activated. Now if you're not sure what a call to arms is, if you look at the heroic dungeon finder or even the raid finder, when a certain role, so the tank, healer, or DPS role is either glowing, it has like a golden border around it, that is call to arms, meaning if you queue for that, let's say heroic dungeons, you clear, I don't know, Shrine of the Storm, or call to arms for tank, at the end of the dungeon, you'll get a bag that has anywhere, basically around 800 gold in it. It also has some augment runes that you can sell in the auction house, but we don't want to go there. That's an evil place. We just want the raw gold. And again, guys, that's around 800 gold every time you run this, and you could, this really benefits a single geared character. So for example, I'm a demon hunter, I could clear Shrine, I cleared Shrine of the Storm when I first did this, in maybe 5 to 6 minutes. I queued as a tank, but I went in there as DPS. You could very, very easily solo these heroic dungeons now, and then as a bonus, you have 4 bots to help you out. Guys, listen, you can make a decent chunk of change by doing these, and at the very least, listen, the other 4 methods, they're boring. They are very, very boring. I never said these were going to be fun and interesting methods. I just said these are going to get you raw gold. This one, at the very least, gets you playing your class and changes things up a little bit for you guys while making a decent amount of gold at the same time. And look, this method, you don't even get a benefit at all. The only problem with this one is if you're a pure DPS spec, the chances of call to arms being on DPS is very, very low. Healer is the second lowest, tank being the highest. So ideally, you want a tank class, or at least a class that could queue for tank, or a healer, and then you queue for call to arms, you go in there as DPS, and again, if you're super geared, you just one-shot everything, and the bots will help you out. So there you go, guys. There's 5 ways to make gold without ever stepping foot inside of the evil auction house. However, that being said, if your goal is to make that Longboi, or get that Longboi as quick as possible, make that 5 million gold, you're probably better off using the auction house. Let's be real. However, if you don't want to use the auction house, chances are you could probably still farm out the Longboi by the time Shadowlands comes out if you do this quick enough, and if you actually have a decent amount of alts and you do all these methods, guys. That's what I'll be doing to farm out my Longboi, because again, I'm not the biggest fan of the auction house. I like the auction house. I just suck at using it. Anyways, guys, I hope this guide helped you. I really hope you guys get your Longboys. And before I end the video, the most important message I could ever say, and the most important part of every single video. Halo 3 was the best Halo. Halo 2 was great. Halo Reach was great. Combat Evolved amazing. ODST amazing. 4 and 5 dog shit. We don't talk about those. But Halo 3, boys, that was the best Halo. Anyways, guys, I hope this guide helped you. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.